Hi, so what I wanted to show in this very short demo are two use cases, one from HR and one from sales, one from onboarding process and another lead management. The first thing I want to show you is how does it look like from the end user perspective, right? So this is an onboarding manager that just got notification automatically in Microsoft Teams that a new employee is being onboarded and they can start following an onboarding process. Like for example, start provisioning all the applications that are required by all organization, like Microsoft Office, Jira, Zoom, Workday, and so on. So instead of having to contact my IT or logging into all those applications manually, which takes a lot of time for me from my workday, I as HR manager can just follow this onboarding process in my favorite app, Microsoft Teams, and Workato will take care of the rest. Of course, we'll also support Slack, and here is actually what happened in the background. So right now I'm switching here to Workato, and what you see here is a recipe with different steps, like for example a trigger event inside an HR system that's called greenhouse, and as soon as someone is onboarding we do different steps like provisioning accounts and sending out event invites to Google Calendar. And because this is a low-code platform, an HR manager can very easily start modifying this recipe. And for example, instead of saying hi new hire, which is not very personal, they can very easily replace that with something personal like the actual new hire's name and hit the save button. So what you have seen so far is the HR onboarding process, but now next we'll go to the sales and the lead management process. So here is an example of a Google spreadsheet leads, and those leads could come from a forum website and they land up here with a company and a country. And where I want them to end up automatically is inside my Salesforce lead tab, which is empty right now. So let's construct now a very simple recipe that will start with a trigger, and as soon as new lead is created in that spreadsheet, I'll choose my spreadsheet. I'm logging in now into Google. And as soon as the new lead is created, we'll do an action. So what is an action? That could be a combination of different applications. It could be simple as sending out an email or a notification in Microsoft Teams or Slack. But in this case, my next action is actually creating this record in Salesforce by selecting my login, creating a lead, and start mapping the data by simply drag and dropping company to company and name to last name. What I see here is that this name in the spreadsheet actually contains both first name and the last name. However, Salesforce wants only the last name. I can very easily switch to a formula mode and split this name in two parts so that only the last part, the last name, ends up in Salesforce. So now what I have done is actually create a recipe that will automatically watch that spreadsheet and synchronize it to my Salesforce. So as soon as I start this recipe, my leads will start ending up in Salesforce. So what we have learned so far is that how easy it is from HR perspective to create this onboarding process or follow this onboarding process and save a lot of time for that in both Slack, Microsoft Teams, or Facebook workspaces, and how someone in sales can even create their own automation from simple spreadsheet to Salesforce.